This week we've got a ton to talk about. We had a lot of events go down, including an over-the-top rope battle royal where the last woman standing wins. Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is the Wednesday night Women's Wars. My name is Joey. I'm your dad bod demigod.
And I am the interdimensional hero, Moxie Mollie. And have we got a lot to discuss today?
We do, because a lot went down this week, including NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool II.
Numero 2.
Kaylee Ray put her title on the line in a triple threat against Toni Storm and Piper Niven.
Toni?
Toni.
I think that this match is everything you could have expected, but also more than once on this show, I have said how I despise triple threats. This is a triple threat I could get down with.
I loved it from the get-go.
I agree.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't know exactly why, but I'm not really feeling Piper Niven as a character, but I love her in the ring. From the get-go, like when she was like tossing them and doing cannonballs into the stairs and into the barrier, she's like boom, boom, boom. She did come to play at TakeOver.
I feel she has a bit of the Candice LeRae syndrome we were talking about, where like just lack a little bit of stage presence.
Yeah, because they did the whole inspirational kind of vignettes with her. If they can kind of like build that up and make it into something a bit more, I feel that there's something there. I'm just waiting for it.
But I also want to point out her baller gear. It's cute. I was jealous. I want it.
I kind of want it too.
It's got the interdimensional She-Ro feel to it.
Yeah, but can we talk about the move that just got me the entire... She hit a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah.
Rarely do wrestling moves make me just go, ow! Like I just didn't expect that out of her.
Yeah.
Everything was just so well put together. Like you can tell that they really put time and really thought into this match.
It ended with
Kaylee Ray getting the win.
retaining.
Yeah, she retained, but she did it in this nice sneaky heel way where she super kicked Toni and stole her win.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of wondering what that's going to lead to, because Toni's going up against Rhea at Worlds Collide for the NXT Championship, and it kind of seems like she's transitioning over to the US brand.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're finally going to get some more women in the title picture. Like, I'm waiting for Jenny.
Yes.
I'm waiting for some Jazzy Gabbert. We've been doing Piper Niven for a while, so I feel like maybe she might finally get the belt so that like Jenny and Jazzy can come in as the big heels.
I would like to see Jazzy and Piper against each other. They're just such raw powerhouses.
The future is looking really, really bright over for NXT UK.
Let's fly back over the pond to NXT US.
I know the Royal Rumble's coming up, but I was really, really hyped for this battle royal. You guys, what are you doing?
It was hot. Just watching it, I felt like I was in the ring, man.
But like right from the get-go with the stuff, because we got some returns. And
Some
like,
surprises.
I did not expect Casey Catanzaro. I
Yeah,
didn't
not
see it
her.
coming.
I also didn't expect
Tegan
Knox. Yes. And then we'll get to what happened with Tegan Knox.
We'll get to what happened with her.
Yeah.
We also saw the official NXT roster debut of Mercedes Martinez.
Like, signed on a Tuesday, on TV on a Wednesday. That's boss.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sasha Banks. That's legit boss.
Well, there was like some notable like where were they's. We were missing Dakota Kai, which we'll talk about that. We're also missing Aaliyah, Tainara. We were also missing Shayna Baszler came out, but we didn't get the other two,
which we haven't gotten in a very long time.
I know, and I was like, this is the perfect time to give them a little bit of in-ring time.
Yeah.
Of course, the big spot that got me was Shotzi Blackheart coming in and throwing Shayna over the top rope.
We got that. And then she got eliminated.
She did, but all she needed was that spot.
No, yeah. She definitely got her time to shine.
With Dakota Kai coming in and costing Tegan Knox her spot.
The freaking knee brace. Beat her with her own brace.
At the very end of this match, we saw a lot of fun, like, little spots, but the final two were Miss Io Shirai and the EST of NXT, Bianca Belair, and those two put on a reversal clinic.
Oh, yeah. Well, before they even put on the clinic, when we saw it come down to the two of them, just like the raw emotion of the two of them making eye contact, where like her eyes get really big and she's like, and then Bianca is just like, oh, it was so good. Like, that is what wrestling is all about. Making that emotional connection with each other, but making us feel what's pouring out of you.
Every little whoa, as they were about to get eliminated, the crowd was invested. You felt it because every single move felt like it could be the win because honestly, NXT's built this perfectly because either one of those women winning this match,
either way, the crowd would have erupted.
But at the very end, it was the EST herself who eliminated Io Shirai. Yes! I'm excited. That means we are getting Rhea Ripley versus the EST at NXT TakeOver Portland. And what are you thinking for this match? You excited?
I'm so excited. I think ultimately Rhea Ripley will retain.
I really want Bianca to win the championship. She needs a title reign.
I just don't think they're going to give it to her so quickly.
I also want Io to have it. I really want the Io Rhea Ripley storyline. There's so much talent, in the NXT women's division. What do we even do? Because there's only one belt. We're getting to the point we really do need an NXT mid-card for the women.
Yeah, almost like a cruiserweight, but for women.
2020 is going to be the year for the NXT women's division. Speaking of wonderful women's divisions, we need to talk about the elephant in the room that is AEW. We were slated to get Kris Statlander and Hikaru Shida versus Awesome Kong and Mel of the Nightmare Collective. Well, apparently Awesome Kong was sick or something backstage.
Announced via Twitter.
So it was just Mel and Brandi Rhodes.
With Luther for some reason.
Versus Statlander and Hikaru Shida. We had the Nightmare Collective come down, so it was Spooky Lana and Serena Deeb.
Not Serena Deeb.
It's Serena Deeb. They got in the ring, and then Kris came out. And it was actually kind of a smart spot where Luther cornered Hikaru on the ramp, and it allowed the heels to take control of Statlander, who was in the ring. So a nice little heelish way to start off the match. And then it just it was underwhelming, but then there was this really wonky outside spot with Kris Statlander, where she did this really far off missed back kick, and then I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a moonsault to the outside or a shooting star press. It just didn't work, whatever it was supposed to be. And then we got Hikaru's little knee spot. Ultimately, it was time for Brandi to come in the ring, and Brandi's spots were just wonky.
I've never been so happy for a commercial break.
I know. Also, the line, I wrote it down because JR said, "Ladies and gentlemen, if this match ends during the commercial break, we'll let you know what happened," which is the worst thing you can do for live television. Ultimately, it just ended with Shida keeping Brandi Rhodes at bay and Statlander hitting Mel with the tombstone driver move, I guess.
Which is a feat of strength on her part.
It is a feat of strength, and it's a very impressive move. It's pretty cool, but it just didn't give me anything as opposed to what I needed, which has kind of been just the overall thing with AEW.
I get it. This is probably not what was planned because they said Kong wasn't medically cleared. I just feel like you could have just pulled this and put two other people who have more chemistry in to just have a women's match for the night. I get it, they're the biggest faction and you want to see them out there. You could have utilized them. Why did you build the Nightmare Collective up this high for them to lose their first match? This is how I feel. I'm literally shaking right now because I don't even know how to say this. I'm going to give you a little bit of tea. I've tried to stay very neutral every time we talk about the Nightmare Collective because there's someone in the Nightmare Collective that I used to look to as a mentor who trained me a tad, who I've been in the ring with a ton.
Okay.
And so I don't want anyone to think I do like to support women and bring each other up in the wrestling business. So on that note...
Let's not quote that.
I'm just saying, on that note, even though I have some personal heat with one of these individuals, AEW did not do them any favors last night. This person is better than what was showcased last night. We got some negative comments about us always trashing AEW. And that's simply not the truth, first of all. But just so you know that it's not just us two trashing what was on national television last night.
She's got Twitter up, y'all.
Please end this match. Shida and Statlander deserves better. End the Nightmare Collective storyline. There is no motive. AEW Women's Division and interfere. I hope they all improve someday. What can Toni do to get the do something?
And, oh, wow, okay. Well, we did that. Let's stop it. Stop it. He's already dead. But I don't want to say that we don't like AEW and that they don't put out a good product, because I want to talk about AEW Dark this week. We got some storyline, we got some substance, and we got some fun. And it was in the form of a match that was set to be Nyla Rose versus Shanna.
The match that didn't actually happen, which I love.
It didn't. It was these two hate each other. Like Shanna.
Is it just because Nyla put her through a table twice?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, like she's just putting people through tables.
That's a crazy heel unhinged sort of thing. That's
exactly.
fine.
And then that brawl on the outside, they were murdering each other. The hate was felt. And then the overall back and forth that led to her actually putting Nyla through the table was what we needed. And then the fact that less than a little bit after that, Nyla was up and they were ready to keep fighting. And then it was a pull apart from that. Like, these two were built as powerhouses. And then you get to the backstage segment that happened right after. You have Shanna, who's, fuming, and she's mad, and she's talking about how she's going to get revenge. And then in comes Nyla to wipe her out.
They were like, Nyla, what are you doing? Whatever I want.
It's so good.
It was good.
All we need out of wrestling is fun and story and substance. And finally, something has given me that. And so, big round of applause for Nyla and Shanna for showing up. And thank you, AEW, for giving us something. So I'm going to give you a round of applause for AEW Dark because I liked it. Hey, Moxie.
Hey, Julie.
What was your boom blast moment of the week? It's your turn to go first, girl.
Okay, it's something that I'm really glad you didn't say because, I got such a kick out of it. I just really wanted to say it as my boom blast. So, reverse all the way to NXT UK. I like how with Toni Storm, they were making her a tad bit a tweener, even though she'll end up being the face in this whole scenario. But how smart, in a freaking no disqualification, she couldn't make it to the two people being pinned at the right time, so she slides in and moves the ref out of the way. So the ref can't even come down with the 3.
Oh my god.
Smart. But it was a no disqualification, so she couldn't be disqualified for it. That is television, people.
It was really good. I even wrote it down. It's right here. I forgot to talk about it. My boom blast moment of the week is going to the entire backstage segment of Shayna and Nyla Rose.
I'm down with that too.
Because that entire little brawl backstage
just
had
the
me
smart
going.
Comments too. Oh, it's so good.
It was really good. So, boom, I am officially on the bandwagon of this feud, and I find myself to be a bit of a native beast.
Oh, I'm Team Shanna.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nyla's coming for the win, girl. So, hey, Moxie.
Hey, Julie.
Where can people find you?
You go first.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter at Joey_Mayberry or Joey Mayberry on TikTok. Also, I have just started up my Facebook page where I have been blogging. You can find me at facebook.com/Joey Mayberry Comedy.
Find his comedy page, and you can find me on all social media platforms at that's THEE, Moxie Mollie, and once again, that's with an IE because a lot of y'all are putting a Y. And I look forward to discussing everything. Let's hope it gets better next week with you, Joey.
Yeah, I hope so. I can't wait to see what happens next week because we get to be here every week talking about what happens on NXT and AEW. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see all the content that comes here on Ring the Bell. And also, we have a Patreon. So, hey, make sure you check that out.
There's a lot of cool stuff on there.
A lot of cool stuff. But until next week, we will see you later, everyone. Bye.